Deja vu. Here I am again on the Pigeon River Bridge. It's day 24 on the Appalachian Trail, and I feel so refreshed and ready to get back on the trail today. It's gonna be a hot day. So we'll see how it goes, we'll see how far I get. I'm really happy to be out of the Smokies because I can camp anywhere, so I can just hike until I don't really want to hike anymore and then look for a camp spot. So that's the plan today. Don't have a specific mile marker or goal or anything like that. Just want to get to hot springs in 3 days. I can break up the mileage however I want, but ideally most of the mileage will be today and tomorrow because Thursday is going to be showers all day. Today is probably my one good day for a very long time. Yay! Happy to be back on the trail or the side of the road, depending on your perspective. Seems like they restocked the Trail Magic, or not many people took stuff yesterday. Sounds of nature. Standing bears up that way. But I'm going this way. Whew. What? And then the arrow. I mean, I guess that's kind of helpful, but it kind of just seems like it's pointing to this spot only. I'm assuming it's telling me to go this way. I don't know the temperature right now, but it feels hot. Like my face is just already sweating. And I'm going up for a while, which is gonna make me hotter. But maybe once I'm up a little higher, it'll feel cooler. I really hope so. I just set my pack down and ran back to that water crossing because there's not water for 2 miles and it's really hot and I want to chug some right now. What I'm doing right now is called cameling. Water is the heaviest thing you carry on the trail, and I try not to carry more than I need to at any given time. And so sometimes when I get to a water source, I'll filter water, I'll drink as much of it as I can, and then fill the bottle again. And it's the idea is like storing the water in me, like how a camel stores the water in their hump, right? To keep me hydrated without needing to actually carry the water in my pack. Well, I just got the craziest random nosebleed. My nose never bleeds. I don't know what happened. I won't show you, but I made like a crime scene on the side of the trail here for the next hikers that come up. Because it took me forever to get the toilet paper out of my bag because I have the Coola cloth. So my toilet paper is just tucked away. I was like dripping and trying not to get blood on my clothes or my pack to stain them. That was so chaotic. Really weird. I don't know why that happened. Anyway. I've been going uphill for over 5 miles. It's like 80 degrees outside. So I keep just stopping in the middle of the trail to catch my breath and readjust this buff I soaked in the little stream earlier. I mean, it's mostly dry now, but I try to like move it around on my forehead to cool me down. It's a little taste of the next few months to come. Gonna get some hot days. Oh. That looks like the top. Yay! You think it really will be? This is cool. My first one of these AT symbols. Woohoo! This is kind of creepy. There's a Smokies in the distance over there. Wow. The sun is so hot. I was gonna take a break up here, but I don't think I can. Crazy, I was looking at this peak from the hostel yesterday, and now here I am on top of it. Wow, what a climb. It wasn't the worst, but it was definitely a climb. And I think that that's my last really big gap for a while, which is exciting, because the big gaps where you go down like 4,000 or 5,000 feet and then back up 3,000 or 4,000 feet are a little rough. What a weird building. I'm gonna go find a shady spot to eat my lunch. Now this is a campsite. This what a view. Looks like bear heaven though, but wow. This is right next to Snowbird Peak, which is where that weird building was. Remember 2 days ago when I was looking at the gap in the distance and saying like, oh, I bet that's the gap I'm gonna go down into, and I bet that big peak behind it is the one I'm gonna have to climb the next day. And there was something shiny on top of that peak. I was definitely right. That was Snowbird Peak, and the shiny thing was that air traffic control building. So I really went down and up, exactly what I thought. And it felt pretty crazy both ways. But I did it, so that's cool. This is how hot it is. The cosmic brownies are like melted to the plastic, and my cheese is soft. So that's not great. Probably gonna try and store this inside of my bag for the rest of this trip, and hopefully it'll be at least good enough to finish tomorrow. Hopefully this doesn't make me sick. I brought pepperoni and cheese to eat for my lunches today and tomorrow. I didn't look at the weather and didn't realize it was gonna be 80 degrees outside. Just got done with a lunch at that tent site back there, and I sat and chatted with these two guys that I shuttled to the trailhead with this morning. So that was fun. It was nice to sit and cool down, but the second I started moving, it's just hot again immediately. The goal today is to just hike until I don't feel like hiking anymore, or basically hike until around 4 or 5 p.m. and camp wherever I end up. I do kind of hope that I make it to the second shelter in this section, which is Roaring Fork Shelter, but that would be a 16-mile day, and I don't know if I'm in the mood to hike 16 miles today. The benefit to hiking a little bit more today and tomorrow is that I'll have to hike less on the next day, because 2 days from now it is supposed to storm all day long, like rain showers all day with a chance of thunderstorms. And if I could hike as little as possible in that, I know that I would appreciate it. And so if I'm able to do a 16-mile and then a 15-mile day, I would only have to do a little over 3 miles to get into Hot Springs on the day of the storm. Would just be nice, but it's really not a necessity. I mean, I'm gonna be hiking in the storm no matter what. So I guess it doesn't really matter. It's kind of nice to just play it by ear like this. I don't think I've done this really at all on my hike so far. Feels good to have some flexibility. Y'all, it is 80 degrees outside and everyone on the trail is just dragging today. Like, the only way to move forward is to do it really slowly so you don't sweat like crazy. This is crazy. It's not supposed to be this hot right now. Like, this is abnormal for this day. And there's not as much water as I'd like on the trail. Like, this would be a little more tolerable if every couple of miles I could splash myself with some water. One step at a time. I said that I would stop hiking when I was done hiking for the day, and I definitely feel done. But the problem is there's no water right here. There's no water for like another 2 miles. And I just like way underestimated how much water I needed for how hot it is today and how much uphill I'm doing. I have to hike at least another 2 miles to get water. And I don't know if there's camping right there, but I'll be on the lookout for a tent spot. So if I don't have to go to the shelter, I don't really want to. That's still pretty far. The shelter's like 4.5 miles ahead. But I don't know, maybe after 2 miles and getting some water in me and rehydrating, another 2.5 won't sound so bad. This is easily the hardest day I've had, actually. Harder than the thunderstorms or the rain or the really long days, the Smokies, like everything. These conditions are just like, this is so uncomfortable. I'm very close to water, so I'm definitely still gonna go get that. But a little bit ago, this random little rain cloud came in, dropped the tiniest little bit of rain, and the weather, or the temperature, has dropped probably like 10 degrees. So you know what that means. There's a thunderstorm coming, and I just heard my first rumble of thunder, which is really unfortunate because what I'm coming up on is Max Patch, and that is literally a wide open vault. I cannot go up there if there's a thunderstorm. So I really need there to be a campsite between this water source and Max Patch. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Why is this like the theme of every backpacking trip I go on? It's just me running from thunderstorms all day. At least I'm not on top of a bald this time. It gave me a little bit of warning before I got up there. There is a camping spot right here, so that's an option. But first I need to find this water. Yay! Freaking water! I haven't heard thunder in at least 5 minutes. And it was mostly south behind me. I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, see what happens. If it's weird, I won't go over Max Patch. But right now I'm 2.5 miles from the shelter. If I find a good tent site between now and then, I might just take it. I just don't really want to camp by the road back there if I don't have to. But it is a good site because it's flat and there's a water source really close by. And it has trees above it. Honestly, I'm not really in the mood to hike another 2.5 miles. But having water does help. Having this wet headband helps. The temperature's definitely dropping from the storm. I mean, I know I can do it. I just don't really want to. But it will feel good to get there, to get it done, to have bear cables waiting for me. I don't have to throw a bear hang after a long, hot, sweaty hike. That's a good motivator to get me there. Now we just hope that the thunder clouds cooperate. Oh, I just kicked a bumblebee. All right. The sky looks clear. I think I can get away with it. This is amazing. The clouds aren't as bad as I thought, but those are definitely the clouds that had thunder earlier and lightning. I made it to the shelter. Big day today, 16.4 miles or something like that. I'm so tired. I just had dinner at the shelter and I'm about to crawl in my tent and go to bed. What a day. I'm proud of myself for getting to where I did. Okay, good night. $50.